What if we could all claim access to health and to education as human rights rather than privileges or entitlements or only something you can afford if you're wealthy? And South Africa is a country where that has been the dream, right, and the vision, and where it's possible to think of health and education in those terms because you have a constitution that was adopted in 1994 after the liberation from apartheid that includes the rights to health and education, which isn't the case with many constitutions, certainly not in the US, but not even in Canada, where I grew up, is the right to health or education enshrined in our Bill of Rights or Constitution. So Section 27 has been on the case since that time, or even before that time, because even when, as we know, when a right is in a constitution, it doesn't mean it's just going to happen, that the government is just going to roll over and make it available. So there are lots of challenges, and there was a need to push the government to meet their constitutional obligations in South Africa and to advance those rights in the years after liberation. That's where Section 27 comes in. So can you tell us about the origins of the organization? Like, how did it come about? What was the key issue that mobilized lawyers in South Africa to really push for these rights?
Absolutely. Well, I think as you correctly identify, one of the great advantages we have in South Africa is our constitution that says everyone has a right of access to healthcare services, including reproductive health services, notably. That is written into the constitution. And that's, of course, it's not by chance. This is a product of the work of feminists and rights activists over many years. But we have that right in the Constitution. It says everyone, it's not just for citizens. So again, we have this expansive right. We also have in the same right, the right of access to healthcare services and reproductive health. It includes the right to sufficient food, to water, to social security. We have a right to education. So we really have a very good groundwork for use of the law and of human rights to make people's lives appreciably better. And of course, we're a country in which that was needed desperately at the end of apartheid and unfortunately continues to be needed.